Hey guys, how are you doing? This is the editing video of the shot that we did together in this video that you're watching right now. Make sure if you're interested in you watch this video how we took these 3 shots, and this video will be all about how to turn this to this. I already went ahead and I spent like somewhere around 4 hours to edit this shot. As you can see, I want to zoom in a little bit. You guys can see what's going on. There are a lot of details in order to do that, in order to make the background like this. I just turned the shot 180 degree 90 degree in order to have the concept that I had. It was all about the cream, all about how it lifts up your skin, how it rejuvenate your skin, revitalize your skin, as it says, RevitaLife. So it was the whole concept that in the video we talk about it, I think, a little bit too. Anyway, to make this story short, what I usually do, I import my shots that I want. I edit them a little bit, just normal adjustment, the very basic adjustment. Don't touch them that much, and then I import them. I right click, I import them. I tell to the Lightroom I want to edit all of them in Photoshop. So open them as a layer in Photoshop. This is always my workflow when I work with brands, and after that it's gonna give me this file. All the layers will be here, all those photos will be open as layers. What I do always, I put the background in the very bottom. So I drag the background here. As you can see, this is the background shot, and this is the this should be here, and this one is the label and the whole product. And the last shot, we're just gonna use the reflection that we have underneath the product. So what we're gonna do, first of all, if your shot is not aligned, make sure you select all of them, and then you click on the first one and hold shift, and then click on the last one. It's gonna select all, and then you go to, I think, layers, and let me double check. No, you go to edit and you go to auto align layers. This way, if you have a little bit camera movement, it's going to auto align all the shots for you. For example, the shot that we did for the strawberry shot, if you haven't watched the video, we had to align because we were doing focus stacking. So the composition was different for each shot, just a little bit. That's why we have to do the auto align. So doesn't need any auto align for this project. We gotta start editing our shot. I'm gonna start from here, and as you can see right here, we have a little bit dust, not a little bit, actually a lot dust and noise. We gotta get it out somehow. What we can do for this is we will make a copy of the first layer, which is our background, Command J, and then right here we will go to filters and noise and dust and scratches. After that, this guy is gonna open up right here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna select where we have most of the noise in the shot. So I'm sampling right here, and I make it a little bit smaller so I see the noise a little bit better. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag the radius, I think somewhere around 95, I guess, for this shot, and make it very kind of blurry. It's gonna blend all of your pixels where you have noise. And I think threshold, we will like 3 for this shot is good enough, and you kind of see the result right here. If you still have the dust, you need to not to use the threshold. Okay, so it will make it like this. Click OK. It's gonna do a little bit of magic right here. Put the filter on. Wherever in this video we have a long process, I just fast forward, okay, to not to waste your time. So what we're gonna do in this case, we are going to actually reveal, we're gonna keep this guy right here, and we are gonna reveal whatever we have underneath. So make sure you add the layer mask on top of this guy, and B on the keyboard to make your brush, and then you, with the color black, press X to switch the foreground background color. You're gonna reveal what you had under there, like this. If very good tip for you guys is, like, when you have something straight like this, you're gonna click almost where you had that the edge of the plexiglass, and you hold shift and click at the end of the line. It's gonna brush in a straight line. And also here I have one line which was if you want to see what you have underneath here, hold shift and click on your mask. It's gonna turn off this mask button. If you want to see where was the edge of the plexiglass, just turn this off, and you know approximately somewhere around here. Make my brush a little bit smaller, and I'm going to have the first click with my mouse, and then I go to the end, and you see how I am revealing that information that I need. Make sure your opacity and your brush flow is 100%, so you're not gonna miss any spot that you had. Now it is time to see in the product. If you do a little bit, actually you must do for this shot, because we want the top of our products. My foreground color is black, and I am brushing with black on this mask right here. So I am going to brush right here, because I am gonna use this part of the image from this image, the background image. This is just for getting the DOS and make that background blurry and get rid of everything that I want. I think one more thing I want to add is, like, this beautiful glow that I have here. I'm gonna brush right here too, make my brush a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna brush here too. Let's see before and after, and underneath here I have a little bit more. I'm gonna do that too, before and after, and here a little bit more. Look, it's forming, it is forming beautifully. And maybe a little bit this edge right here. Press X to just apply my DOS here, because I'm switching foreground background color. Press X again, come back to normal, and turn off, turn on. I think we are pretty good. Let's zoom out a little bit to have the whole photo, see how we are doing. This is by applying that guy. See, we miss here because we were we zoom in. So what we're gonna do, press B again, gonna do here one click, hold shift, and here I'm gonna join these two lines beautifully, get them together. All right, here one more time just to make sure, and now I'm gonna hold option and click on the mask. See where I did everything that I wanted. See, I missed here, I missed here. See that? This is what I wanted for the first shot. This is very clear, very lovely. This is a great base to start the rest of your story that you want to tell with editing. Okay, with editing we are telling stories. We're going to amplify whatever we have done in pre-production and post-production. Our aim is not just to take out whatever is bad or whatever problem that we had in pre-production. Our aim is to come up with a line, a path that is going to get you through the concept that you had, because you started with a concept. Without that, you're not going to start any commercial photo shoot. Okay, for vetting and stuff is totally different. So the concept was these two lines, and I need to reveal them nicely. This is a cream. The background should be silky and smooth. I had to take this dust that I had on my background out here, otherwise, it wouldn't be that great that I always want to. Let me take a look at here. See these dots, all the dots here. I am gonna see if I can take this out too a little bit. All right, we are pretty good. Let's go to the third photo. Third photo, definitely what I'm gonna get is the reflection, all of it. What I do, I click on the third photo and I make the mask, and then I press Command I to invert the mask, make it totally invisible. Now with white, I am gonna brush, magic brush. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is what I want to see. I just do around the edge, always like this. I will get whatever I want to get, and then right after that I'm gonna hold Option and click on my mask, see where I missed, and then I'm gonna get all of these things to the account. Okay, let's take a look one more time. All right, this is where I want it to be. Let's zoom in. Now we're just gonna work here, right? Hand tool H, again come back to B brush, activate this, and let's see, press X to take out what we have done. Okay, and right here a little bit. Here I don't want in this product. Here is good. You see this black part? Okay, like this, and like this, and like this. It is pretty good. Okay, make my brush a little bit smaller. All right, pretty good. Click here, come back here, hold shift and click here. It's gonna make it straight line, right? You talk about it. Let's see, we have the reflection. We will take care of all of these dusts, no problem at all. In a jiffy I show you how we are gonna do it. Okay, don't worry about that. All right, let me see. I'm gonna brush back a little bit right here. I feel it's lonely. Make it uniformed or unified, huh? All right, one more time here. X to switch my foreground background color. All right, pretty good. Here you see I added what I wanted to add. Now I'm gonna take this out, see if I have this guy right here. Yeah, and all right, now I am gonna hold on shift and click on the mask. This is this photo without the mask, and when I hold on shift and click on the mask, I see what I brushed. This technique, holding shift and clicking on the mask, is to see what else I had right here to add to my photo. So if I just brush right over here with white, nothing will happen because my mask is off, but I brushed. If I hold shift and click on mask, you will see my brush is right here. So for this shot, definitely I want all the labels because I don't have it in other photos, right? I need to get my label and the whole product except the cap, because we are gonna use this part from this photo. So you tell me where I'm gonna brush. I am gonna brush here. Don't worry, you always can come back and fix it. I am gonna brush right here, right? Just like this, right? And then let's see, here the product is revealing. So I am brushing with white on this black. That's why the information of that shot is revealing. See, when I brush here, the information from this photo is gone because I painted. I say I want information from this, but I don't want. So what I'm gonna do, press X and I put it back here. I love this reflection here. Okay, this one and this one is from the first shot, background shot. So press X again, come back to white. Right now we have it back, right? A little bit here to the edge. I want this specular highlights, and we will make it better. Now in order to check what I have done, hold Option, not Shift. Hold Option if you're using Mac, or Alt in PC, and then click. I missed here. I missed here. This is where I want, right? Okay, here too. Here too. All right, let's double check what I've done right here. Hold Option and click one more time, and I'm gonna clean up right here because I am sure it should be a little bit darker. Yeah, look at that. Right here we're good, but we eaten up a little bit of this beautiful bar that was the whole concept of this photo right here. Now we are pretty good, and all the information that we wanted is right here. Look at this shot. It is getting close, right, to this. All right. Now, what we need to do, we need to make sure this is pure, the cap, totally from the first shot. So what we're gonna do is that I am gonna click on the mask and X and B, come back to it. See, this is what we have from this shot, and I don't want it. Control Z, Command Z, I mean, and one more time, press X. I want to bring back this information. I want this black edge a little bit. This edge is nice. I want it all, right? A little bit more here, make my brush smaller. It is all about attention to detail. It's all about taking time. 100%. I couldn't record the first video for you because when I am editing, I am somewhere very relaxed in my studio, sitting alone and working, getting coffee, you know, listen to music. I put myself in that mood. But if I want to do it on YouTube like this, most probably it's not gonna be what that can be. But believe me, the result at the end of this video will be very, very, very similar to what we had. All right, it's pretty good. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna enable the last shot, and we're gonna put a mask and Command I to invert it. Now brush with white. I am going to reveal some informations right here. Zoom a little bit. B for brush. All right, pretty good. I want this information. Let's see what we have here. Nope, I don't want it. I just want this sharp edge right here. Let me see. X, make my brush a little bit smaller. I want a nice gap between these two. See that? All right. Okay, I still have it right here. So I'm holding Shift, clicking on the mask, and I'm seeing that shot one more time. See what information I want. I definitely want this tail right here. Definitely. We took this shot for these beautiful glows on the product, right? That's why we should. All right, I want this. I want this. Okay, and then X to clean up this edge. See what we did. Let's zoom out and see what we did. Similar to this shot right here, guys, right? And I'm gonna tell you how I clean it up like this nice. Now we are pretty good. Enable the layer and shift and see what else we have. Oh, here we go. This is what I want. Shift, click on the layer mask, and now what I'm gonna do, B for brush, I am gonna add this guy right here. X with white, right? Alright, I think we are in a good hand. Let's take care of this noise. What we're gonna do is that in this case we need to make right click and merge visible. It is gonna put all the layers together. You can do like this, or you can do a Control Z undo. You need to do Command Option Shift E. This is what you see in the screen, and you have all the layers there. Okay, this is the way we always do. We're gonna take care of the scratches that we have right now. Okay, this is gonna change the game totally. What I want you to do is, like, you made one merge visible, right? I want you to Command J and make a copy of this, and then you go to filter, you go to noise and dust and scratches. This is the most common order that we use, most common command that we use in Photoshop to take the scratches out. As you can see, we did this for the background, right? We are going to zoom out a little bit, and we already sample here, and we're gonna just make everything 0, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this up. Make sure the preview is on here, otherwise you cannot see the changes, and it takes a little bit time for you if you're using any sort of low computer, like a low speed computer. I think pretty much 8 is good, and for that shot I did 8 and 3. Threshold of 3 is pretty good for this shot. What we're gonna do, you press OK, and then you put a mask on it, and then you invert it. Now we're gonna paint with brush again. It's all about brush, and then white, right? And what we're gonna do, wherever you have noise, you just take it out like this. This is totally, guys, different from healing brush tool or spot healing brush tool. These two tools, these are for other purposes. We have to take this and this with that out when you have texture, but for this, because we need to kind of unify the texture of the product, you know, as you can see in magazines, when you see the product is totally different from what you see where in reality when you buy it in the shop. Okay, we're not gonna lie, but with our photo, but we're gonna take out those things that is really unpleasant. Okay, here we need to zoom in a little bit more. H, move it up. B, and then definitely here, look, it's gonna make the texture, it's gonna blend everything, clean up. It's like what is that, those Dettol's creams that you clean up something with it. I'm just brushing. Make sure opacity is 100, flow is 100. Okay, now look at it, unbelievable. All right, I think we are pretty good. Look at before and after, and also right here, before and after. You see how it is totally making your shot different, and here too, look at that. All right, now it is time for doing dodge and burn. Okay, and make the highlights pop up, and burning the shadows and midtones a little bit. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. First, make another merge visible layer. Command Option Shift E, and then right here you're gonna start with a curve. the first curve, you need to know you're applying this for what. For what you're applying this. If you're applying for the background, that is another story. Let's say we're just working on the background. Make the background a little bit more pop, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop it up like this just a little bit, maybe give it a little bit S curve shape. Let's see how much room we have right here to apply. We don't want a white spot right here at all, okay? This is what you can do if you hold option and you start to work with the sliders like this, then it's gonna give you warning. Okay, you can also use this tool. It's pretty good tool to start with. I think we're very good here, and then I'm gonna clip it just to this layer by this clip icon, and then right here I'm gonna invert this and then brush again. This one I need a big brush because I am gonna go for a little bit corners that they are dark, right? Make it a little bit brighter and a little bit right here. And then the second curve that I want to put, the second curve is for the edge of my product. So I'm gonna zoom to my product and I'm just gonna look at the product, see where I want to apply it. Okay, we need a little bit more highlight. Let's start with the cream inside, okay, with these kind of reflection, refractions and highlights, specular highlights that we have. Okay, let's see how far we can go. Oh, we can go very far, guys. All right, I think it is pretty good. And then clip it down and then command I and then brush here, a little bit here on the product, a little bit here, and look at this, and look at this, and look at this. Maybe for the reflection we need, wait a second, maybe for the reflection we need another one, okay, but I'm sure that here it is gonna work. At the same time, you can reduce your opacity to 65%, somewhere 65%, and start applying just 65%, not 100%, right? And then for 100%, and make your brush smaller. Do you see this specular highlight? You're gonna click here once and then move your mouse here and shift, hold on shift and click here. See that? That easy. I think it kind of make difference. You see now? And look at here, we need to take here out. Press X, B again, clean this up. We don't want it there. And now we are gonna work a little bit on over shadows. So we gotta burn it, right? What we need to do, we need to do another layer, another curve adjustment layer, and then for this we're gonna darken the shot a little bit, right? What about our highlights? We can actually make it a little bit S curve, and right here what we're gonna do, again command I to invert it, and we zoom in. This time we're gonna work on dark part of the image, right? Press B, Alright, after burning where I wanted to burn, now it is time to work on the specular highlight a little bit more. Make another curve adjustment layer. Just look at your specular highlight right here, and now command I. Get a very small brush maybe we go for flow of 60%, because when we do less we can brush one more time and make it more like this. Less we need here, so we just brush once. Alright, after revealing those specular highlight that I wanted, look how it changed it kind of to pastel like shot. Okay, just a little bit touch, guys, you know, overdoing really doesn't make difference. Alright, pretty much that's it. Right now we need to add our sharpness to the shot. Before that we need to make sure all the dust and everything is out. Okay, for this we're gonna do the healing brush tool, which is right here, spot removal. Actually it really works. So what you need to do, you just make sure it's in content aware if you're using Photoshop 2020 content aware, and pretty much that's it. Look at this magic, guys. It easily can take out those parts that they are a little bit different, you know, and take these little things out. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, at the same time you can do one thing to see it better. You can make one black and white, and you can work on the red and turn down red and blue, your blue. Okay, and then you see it better. Just clip it down to this, and then easily come to this layer, click on this layer, and you already clipped it down right here, and then you go to spot removal. You see the spots a little bit better, so you can work on it a little bit easier. And after that we will delete that black and white layer that is just there for us to help us see it better. Alright, now we're gonna zoom out. I took all the blemishes out, everything, and now we're gonna turn this guy off and then delete it right away. And this is the shot after I took everything out that was really extra. Right here there were a little bit miss here. You guys can take a lot of time and do this, you know. Now we can go ahead and add our filter, which is sharpening. I'm gonna add one sharpen edge. It's not gonna ask you anything, it's my style. And then after that I go to sharpen again and go to smart sharpen. Now for smart sharpening, these are the amounts that I use for the previous shot that you guys see. So we're gonna apply the same thing. Make sure lens blur is there for you just in case, and click OK. All good. Now we need to turn over shot, like flip it horizontally, click on edit one more time and go to transform and rotate 180 degree. This is a shot that I got. This is a shot that I have right here, guys. You see it is the same. What I'm gonna do, I am gonna add these two layers. Yeah, I will tell to the Photoshop duplicate these layers. It's gonna ask me where. I say I want it in this Photoshop file that I open. Click OK. Then we come back here. You'll see it here. Don't scare. Don't scare. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna zoom in. We are gonna start with this layer. Okay, we will put one hue saturation adjustment layer right here, and then look at this, saturated lightness, and just clip it to this layer. As you can see, it turned this guy to this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna command I on the mask and then just brush on this part to make it black and white and totally pure white. All right, this one, the first one done. The second one, we're gonna do the same. Adjustment layers, hue, saturation, clip it down here, here. Look at this, guys. I hope that this video would be very good for you guys to get something out of it, but it is not done yet. What we're gonna do is that zoom out. I think it's exactly the same spot that I put this one. Let me look at this, guys. Very similar. I just spent it more time right here to make it like 100% in a way that I always do for brands, but it is just the same. The accuracy level here is higher because I spend it nearly 3 to 4 hours. But for you, for this video, I told you what to do. It is very similar. I did the same thing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't watched the pre-production, please go ahead and watch it. Let me know how I'm doing. If you have any question, drop it down there. I put the link of the first video pre-production in the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, please. And if this video was good, please give it a like for yourself. Talk to you next time.